check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turned to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies. Thought I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me. I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGrady. The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy. Put in my hours, send the invoice and they pay me. I need 6 rings like MJ and Tom Brady. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. Y'all gon' make me take that trip way out to Europe. I call up Nigeria, come through in a hurry. Those London boys don't come to play, you should get worried. One false move, find yourself there getting buried. Dance with the devil, used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change. I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip this, tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch, tell them run it up. Plain on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not puzzle making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just why I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real.
Good morning all. Yes sir, yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Let me make sure all systems are go here. Let's get it. Make bank on gold. Let's turn that apartment to solid gold. Need to be careful actually. Yesterday we got punished for the same move, right? So we can use that information to our advantage today. That's the difference. So what are we going to do today? Well, I'm going to discuss that now. Gold obviously broke out. We've had a push from Asian bigger than yesterday. That yellow line is the daily open. 360 pips. So buying the highs today, extremely risky. Extremely risky to buy the highs. Because look what happened to us yesterday. We got stuck in low volume. So it's the same move as yesterday. The majority of the breakout buys were during Asian session. Obviously, me not being part of Asian session, I can't capitalize on that. So how am I supposed to capitalize on London? I either sit on my hands if there's no setups, which is a form of capital preservation, or I trade off pullbacks, what we saw yesterday. Because although yesterday ranged for the majority of London, there were chances where we pulled back and we were safer buying the lows than buying the highs. So if we see something similar today, then we can look for that. Now, what is different is we have beautiful structure form compared to yesterday. There's more structure form than yesterday. So that could be something that can help us, maybe. But more so, I want to be more on the side of obviously buying with a pullback would be preferred. Now, if we do break out here and close above, with this structure, I kind of still have to go because we have beautiful retests. But if I see it hesitate, and it's not straight drawdown, because straight drawdown, then I'm in destination fuck. But if it hesitates, I'm getting out and I'm trading a pullback. That's how it's going to work today. It's not as easy as just straight breakout. Can be confident in it. I might get cooked again. But this is what I have to do. No, you don't want to risk low, because if it works out, then you don't make back any profits, right? If you risk low. So we just want to manage quick. That's the difference. So if you think about it, risking full but managing quick is equivalent of risking low, because we managed to get out before we lose more. So we'll see in 6 minutes how it closes. Again, I really prefer, I don't mind if this in the next 6 minutes blasts towards the upside and then we get a pullback, I buy off the pullback. I prefer that 360 pip move during Asian not to be ignored. Now, DAX here still in this messy range here. We didn't manage to close yesterday's daily candle above. We didn't manage to close below. We closed doji. Current daily is now retesting some of this wick level we had here. So if we look at 4-hour time frame, we do have a bearish bias today. Technically, I'll consider it mixed. If we start breaking through the high, then we'd break previous daily high, we'd break previous 4-hour high, but ultimately we are a bearish bias today. Very messy range this. We're kind of in the towards the top of the range, so that does support sells if we want to continue down. Our selling ranges are a little bit choppy here, right? This is very choppy price action today. So today we would need something where we just get out of these ranges here. Let's see where the 15 is. Yeah, so sells are going to be easy if we get below this. Let's get out of this range. If not, let's sell from the top of the range down. Buying from the bottom of the range is hard because we are technically bearish bias today. I prefer to be a buyer above our pre-session range. Time is this 22? Yeah, so this is our whole pre-session low. So buys above Asian high, sells below Asian low, gonna make more sense. Gonna make more sense than just trying to rip a random trade inside of the range and then get chopped up. Because look how low volume this candle I've stared at, seconds have gone down. We're still at the same bloody place. We haven't moved. Right, look, it's not moving. Compared to gold here, a little bit more action. So let's see what happens on gold. That's overall the analysis. Simple analysis today. Gold could be tricky here, man, with us already pushing 360 pips. Yesterday we pushed 360 pips. We ranged for the whole of London. New York then continued, pulled back, and actually very late here. Late, we saw London close time. Around London close. Actually, I think an hour before London close. 4, 5, 6. No, London close. We saw this pullback. Beautiful setup too. And that was the real move that ended up pushing on. And then Asian session has been the outperformer. So if you've been trading Asian session and you've not been capitalizing on gold, you need to ask yourself why. What's going on? Why aren't you taking this buy here? This is easy. These buys, this buy here. A little bit late, I would argue, this buy right here. But this one here is no-brainer. Leaving runners into London session. So this is key to be analyzing yourself. If you're an Asian session trader, why didn't you enter? You need to ask yourself. Why is price pushing? Because they still have this interest rate cuts hype. There's also some news about government and stuff like that. Speaking about news, let's go have a quick look here. Monday, Tuesday, here we go. What do we have later on today? So we have a bit of GBP news, very small stuff, German imports and stuff. Jolts today, we have Jolts at 6 p.m. Keep an eye on that. Gonna be interested to see what jobs are doing. And then pretty clean otherwise, nothing too crazy. Friday, German bank holiday, no DAX trading Friday. Wow, Friday we have NFP as well. Yeah, first Friday every month. Man, that feels like super close together. Last NFP and this NFP. Wow, Friday is a heavy day, man. I don't know if I trade Friday. This is heavy. We have ECB speaking, European bank holiday, JPY bank holiday, NFP day as well. I think after NFP it will be worth the trade, but before could be very... Let's just see what happens. Quick view of news here. Switzerland offered to invest in US gold refining, helping gold, of course. Again, and rate cuts and stuff like that, right? We're seeing rate cuts as well. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening here. 1 minute 35 seconds. I really don't want to buy the breakout, but it might be the only chance. Ah, what a disaster. Honestly, and I know it sounds a little bit womp womp, but it wouldn't be a bad thing to reject right now. Keep me safe, because we have to take the breakout, because if volume comes, you need to be part of it. It's just such a bad feeling when Asian has pushed this much. You have to. The only difference today is we can be super aggressive. If it doesn't push, it's going to be game over. If it pushes, happy days. And with that being said, that means we can run an aggressive stop loss. Just a stop here worth like 35 pips. If it fails to push immediately, I get out. Look how much protection levels we have here. So yeah, it might have to be the one. So let's see here, 39 seconds, how we close. Might close below. I'm scared gold will be, yeah, it is going to be like that. But the problem is that we can be aggressive. If it's going to continue, we have more structure than yesterday. That's why I said I preferred rejects right now. We have double candle liquidity grab. It didn't close above anyway, so no trade. Friday, most likely no NFP during government closure. Worst case scenarios, you see like a quick dump in the stock market. That's why we saw this heavy move down yesterday. That's worst case scenario, as we see this quick 3 to 5% dump and then we come back, but it doesn't really work like that. So we didn't close above, guys. 1 hour not closing above, 30-minute not closing above, so no entry here. No entry, believe it or not. If it flies now, it's not following my rules. Yes, it makes me a little bit more comfortable because I don't have to buy the highs. But at the same time, the only trade I do see is buying the highs. So I wouldn't have mind giving it a shot, just being super aggressive. Meaning if I see 1 minute break structure like here, I'm out or something like that. But it's not the scenario anyways. We are not closed above yet. So that's how it is. Doesn't look too healthy on 15. Actually, it's not bad because you have this candle grabbing liquidity, this candle grabbing liquidity. What it doesn't look healthy on is 1 hour. That's the problem. Look at 1 hour. This is what it doesn't look healthy on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. CR7. We have CR7 here. So again, I really prefer the pullback. I don't want to be trapped in like yesterday, no volume. Asian session was the breakout trade in my opinion. If you were up for Asian session, you're capitalizing. Speaking about that, let's see what went on in Asian session. I haven't seen. So they're up 2:26 a.m. my time. Great. There we go. Already taking gold buys. Simple. Yeah, man. Asian session, they cooked here. More gold buys. Perfect. Exclusive guys on fire, man. Close eyes and take buys. Yeah, that's how it was. So well done to you guys in Asian session. Good job, man. Good job. That's exactly how you wanted to trade Asian session. Pretty straightforward. So it's just, you know, yesterday, this was the same trade we took yesterday, all of us. But obviously, we didn't have the volume that was presented during Asian. So yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the analysis and everything, leave a like on the stream. Only 200 of us in here. I think because I didn't announce stream, no one joined yet. Or after yesterday, people have just been a little bit, ooh, womp womp type of people. But leave a like on the stream, get it up to 100, would appreciate it. Hi sir, your favorite legendary trader is here. Are we buying or selling today? I think I'm going to be on the buy side, but it doesn't mean to buy now. Right? I'm more bullish, but it doesn't mean to buy now. I need to see some more thing. Could you please tell us your opinion on the head and shoulder on the USD JPY? My opinion of what? Is it a head and shoulders? Or my opinion on what? Let's see. 1 hour. Is it a head and shoulders? Yeah, it is a sort of head and shoulders, correct. But we're already playing it out. So if you're trying to enter now, you're late. That was your entry right there. As soon as it closed below. 1 hour candle closing below. That's your entry. Top wick, stop loss above previous 1 hour. So if you're trying to enter now, you're late for this pattern. Right now, what you would want to be looking for is pullbacks to continue down ideally. If we're going to continue below these lows here, let's double check 4 hour. Yeah, we're retesting 4 hour now. We're below 1 hour. So yeah, you'd want this to make a top wick and then close below here for continuation trades. It's a 50-minute trade though. It's not a 1 hour trade. You know, ideally pullbacks to continue down are going to be better than selling the lows here if we had to choose between the two. But sometimes if volume is going to be mad, your only choice is to sell the lows. Harry, I'm up 3% for my first profitable month. Am I doing good? You're doing amazing, man. That's a good start, man. 3%. I would say call it a month right now. Trust me on this. I know it's hard. Open a demo account. You can trade on demo. But on your main account, just stop. Stop for the month. Please trust me on this. You're done. It's only like what? Tomorrow's a new day of the month, right? Yeah, man. So today, don't trade. For sure, don't trade. That would be silly. No matter what. Bro, sick podcast with you, Daniel, and that other dude. Yeah, Daniel's a little bit weird guy, you know. Fuck him. No, I'm joking. Oh, shit. It's Daniel who's writing. Damn, I shouldn't have said that. Exposed now. Exposed. Signal, please. You give me the signal. Tell me right now. What you do, I'll say. Account is ready. Full margin. Account is ready for you. Signal, please. And whatever the signal is, if it wins, I will spend the money on you here in Dubai. How does that sound? That's fair, right? If it wins. If it loses, I'm sending a chick to scam you, bro. This time for more. This time for more. Yeah, man, we need to operate some way. We need to operate somehow. Volume coming in gold. I don't think this is volume coming in gold. It's just reacting off 70. Man, Asian session pushed. The guys cooked in Asian session. That was the buys. Easy buys in Asian session. But now we have to be patient in London. Unfortunately, we don't control this part of the market. So we can't come in London and expecting the market to be kind to us as well. Market doesn't give a fuck what session we trade. It only cares about itself. So if we're coming here to London session and it's already pushed 300 pips, it's kind of telling you, fuck you, I've already moved. So you need to stay patient and be like, okay, if you've already moved, then show me your hand. Are you wanting to continue? Are you wanting to pull back? What is the plan? So you're not executing any trade today? I will, but I won't tell you especially. You I won't tell, because that's the reason you asked, because you want the signal. So I will tell everyone else what I take, but you will be blocked. You won't be able to hear what I say, and you won't be able to take the trade. Unless you do one thing today, which is you listen to the plan. Because with the plan, you'll be able to take the trade without me needing to tell you when to buy or sell. And that's how you become a good trader. So you have a choice. You have a choice to be the guy who always chases in his life, or you have the choice to be the guy who actually makes the decision himself. Right? So that's the start of your choice. DAX dumping? Well, yeah, I rather trade DAX if gold is going to be shit like this. But DAX is now eating my sell zone here. 1 hour no top wick, right? Yeah, fun. Let's mark this 1 hour level while we're at it. 1S. People are like, yo bro, stop teaching us how to trade and just say buy or sell. You know, I wonder, I actually would wonder, because I can run the stream where I take 8-9 trades a stream, right? I take 8-9 trades a stream, and yeah, maybe some days I end up in profit, some days I end up in loss. I know if I have one bad day, I'm going to end up in heavy loss. It's going to take so many days to recover. But I feel like that wouldn't do me any benefit, because I know personally I wouldn't be making any money. If I'm not making any money, that's going to be pointless, because people on here don't pay me to be here. I'm not being paid to be here live, right? So I have to follow my plan, because my plan pays me $1,000 plus a trade. So what happens? I'm not being paid $1,000 for giving a trade, unfortunately, you know? If that was the case, and this was like paid, you know, signal service, yeah, it would be different, right? Then maybe 8-9 trades would pay me. But, you know, I don't think if I sat here, yeah, I think I'd be more popular, I'd have more viewers. But would I make more money? I don't know. Maybe if I sold a course or something, yeah, then I could push that course a little bit more. But I know they wouldn't see success rates in the private group. Exclusive would definitely not see any success if I was messy like that. Too much shit going on. If I was here taking 8-9 trades a day, you know, one time sell, then buy, then sell, and then here, and then there, and not explaining my entry and not explaining the plan, no one's gonna learn, man. Yeah, I might make money like that, but no way someone is gonna be able to replicate. Impossible. Just gonna be, well, I can't take this anymore. On YouTube? Yeah, I don't make a fundamental course on YouTube. Yeah, there is, man. I watch your free course on YouTube. It was great, but I'm confused sometimes where I put my markup. Well, watch my markup and compare yours. That's the best I can do without seeing your charts, right? That's the only difference. That's called an influencer trader, and we have enough of them in the industry. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Look at gold. Yeah, I see gold above 71 here. I see gold above 71, but I can't take gold without a close, right? That's not part of my plan, because who knows? This 5 minute can flip, make a bottom wick, and then I'm done. Game over. I like this to push up, then pull back, and I buy on the pullback. That's what I want. Look at gold! Gold breakout! Please check! Jesus Christ. Can you relax? Fuck. Man thinks you're gonna miss the lottery. Lottery is gone. Why the Indian accent? Because he's obviously Indian. His name is Karan Bhatt. B-H-A-T-T. So he's obviously from a country, maybe not India, but I assume so. So I need to speak like him. Panicking. Can you imagine how you're gonna be a trader if that's how you're panicking? Like, you can't control your emotions. On a serious note, guys, on a serious note. How can you control? See, this is what I talked about, that bottom wick coming. Guaranteed, most of those guys who panic like that are in buys up here. Are shit, 1 minute breaking out. Press buy. Buy. Now shit, draw down. Oh no. They're like that. Man, how can you trade like this? This is like full margin casino stuff, man. Shit, man. In drawdown now. My God. Big. I'm being serious. It's funny, but this is really how people are behind the screen. I'm being serious. This is how people are behind the, you know? This is how people are behind the screen. You know, and then they hit stop loss. Are ben chutti yaar, Lund market se. Then he starts speaking like that, full angry. You know, hit the stop loss right now. I'm serious. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. This is how people are behind the charts. And then they think to themselves, man, why can't I make money in this game? Spending money all day. Just, you have to follow a plan. Like, trust me, that plan today kept me safe. That plan kept me safe, right? Look, I didn't take it because I said of the factor that it didn't have bottom wick, it didn't close above. What happened? I was right today, because if I took that for no reason, pop, stop loss hit right now. Stop below 5, boom, hit. You see? Good reference. I've learned from his premium group is patience. Wait for candle to close. God reference, what you say to the God of death, not today. That's it, man. Your editor needs to clip this. Yeah, I'm not trying to be offensive, by the way. I'm not trying to offend individuals here. He probably left after I spoke like that. But it's truth, though. It's truth. Like, I want you guys to stop losing money. If you're gonna keep being like that, you're gonna lose a fuck ton of money, man. I promise, I promise. And I'm not telling you for no reason. Tell me now, how is it going? Are you losing money? Probably, yeah. I used to be impatient like that and I just blew money. You know? Have you ever considered, instead of a small runner, simply put SL in profit and target the full position? 3.2 on silver. Great in trending moves, John. Amazing in trending. When it doesn't trend, it's hard. But if you can put your stop loss to 1-to-1 and then it manages to continue, it's great. It's great, it's great. You know, because then both ways you don't lose anything, right? Worst case scenario comes back to 1-to-1. Best case scenario, you make more money. How is that a bad thing, right? That's an amazing factor. So yeah, I love to do that when I can, but that only works when we have a beautiful trending move. If we're having pullbacks and stuff like that, very difficult. Don't get agitated. Nah, it's not agitated. I'm actually helping them. I'm trying to tell them, like, literally, change your habits, change your outcome. That's how life works. The minute I change my habits, right? The minute I change my habits, all my outcomes change. How much did you lose in Forex before first withdrawal? I actually didn't get beat up too much in Forex because I had good risk management. I only lost $6,000. And keep in mind, keep in mind I was trading with $25,000 and I did well in crypto. So $6,000, yeah, it's still a bit amount of money, but I could have lost a lot more if I just didn't have discipline. Because if I really was pissed off in one day, I could risk $10,000. That's why I somewhat like people taking prop firm accounts to begin with, because at least you pay to play, right? When you have a personal account and you have money, it's a little bit scary. Wow, pulled back straight back into the range. DAX is a little bit dangerous. My target for this year is to close in small profit or break even. How can I improve next year? What should be realistic advice? Your goal is to close month-to-month profit, you know? Your goal is to close month-to-month profit, and in order to do that, start small and work your way up. If you can close your month 2% profit, 3% profit, 1% profit, take it. Just end up profitable, right? That's your goal. You can always scale something, but to recover drawdown is always worse than scaling. Right? That's what I hated. In my journey, I hated recovering drawdown. That was always difficult for me. Scaling was easy. Once I'm in profits, it's pretty relaxed. But I'll tell you one thing. For you guys who haven't reached good profitability, it feels just as bad to lose profits than it does when you take a loss. Personally. Like, you know, back in drawdown. You've joined the xauusd channel today. Let's go, man. Welcome to the team, brother. Welcome, welcome. Spread on gold on Fintoki is 5 pips. Yeah, that's not good, man. 5 pips is ridiculous. Let's see what we're running here. Today we're running on gold 1 pip here. 1 pip. I mean, 1 pip is okay. What do you think of watching for GJ to flip? GJ, I'm not even looking at GJ. Forget about it. Forget about anything about GJ. Unless we're on higher time frame, forget about it. This shit can dump all the way down here. It could reject here if it wanted to. On lower time frame, it will move random. Really not worth it. Rather trade Euro USD, GBP USD, way better than GJ at this point in time. It will come back, everyone will forget about it, and then it will come back strong. Right? It will come back strong and we'll be able to eat off it again, right? But for the time being, we need to be careful. I have gold on left screen here and DAX on right screen for those wondering. So I'm watching both. This is a perfect zone for gold to do a fake out. Maybe we can capitalize off a 15-minute fake out if it can pop down a little bit more. Or a setup to buy. That would be cool. Or this could be the liquidity grab to actually give us the breakout. 3 options we have now. Where's that guy who screamed gold breakout? I hope I haven't, but probably I have embarrassed him a little bit and he's just left. He's like, fuck this guy. But they have to learn, man. So if he's still here, hopefully he learns, because he'll realize in the future that I'm actually doing that to help him. I'm not doing that to hate on him. I don't know who he is. I don't do anything. But that type of attitude, it messes you up. And I'm speaking from experience, man. I lost so much money having that attitude in the market. Oh, he's still here. He's still here. He didn't leave. He didn't leave. So he's absorbing the information. How long it took you to become particular, to become familiar with a particular pair? I think if you want to be honest, to become fully familiar, 1 year, bro. You need to see it through a whole market cycle to be familiar with the pair. But to become sort of familiar with it, you know, a month is enough to understand it. But to really be familiar, 1 year, man, you need to see it month to month, week to week. But in 1 month, you'll be able to understand, you know, its tendencies, and because you're viewing it every day of the week, 30 days. I'm new to trading. What's good leverage to trade on? I'm currently on 1 to 20 on Bitcoin. Jesus, I really hope you adjust your lot size accordingly and don't invest real money in, you know, learn first, man. You have plenty of time to make money, but you're going to lose money in the beginning. Limit your losses by getting the correct education, the correct guidance, as well as at the same time, save your money, because you don't have to. Yeah, you can practice trading with $30, $20, maybe $1 risk, $2, whatever you're comfortable with. But don't make the mistake that 90% make and go in big. Let your big losses be lessons to where you take big losses following a plan. You take big losses because you actually are trying to do something bigger, which is increase risk or something. That's the time you should lose. But I think I know this chick, man. There's an advert that came up and I think I know the woman in this advert. Fuck, how can I rewind the advert? Can you believe? So you can't rewind an advert. So they fuck you up with adverts, but you can't rewind it. I think I know this chick. Let's have a look through some of yesterday's trades here. Some great options here, mostly on gold, US30 as well. Boys took here NAS. We had NAS breakouts, clean. US30 setups here, clean. That's before New York Open. We had gold. This is the US30 again setup. We had gold buys from bottom of range. This is the same US30 setup. A lot of the members took that one. Here's the gold buys. This is from a little bit higher up in the range instead of below the support here. I mean, you could trade from here to get to here and see what happens. Then we had here same gold, but he just took the screenshot on a 5. This was a management question. He took the same gold, but he decided to drag the stop loss higher. So this is what you want to see. You want to see, if you're trading with friends or you're trading with us in the community, you want to see everyone sharing and taking trades together. If there's people doing random things than you and you're losing, that's probably where your mistake is you're not viewing it in the same direction. So yesterday, everyone took US30 buys. If you were a US30 seller yesterday at the same time and you lost, but they all won, then you need to go and analyze, okay, what did I do differently and why did I feel like that? Gain the feedback, apply, and get better. After, if you keep doing that time and time again, the only next step is you get paid. You either learn or you get paid. Right? Super important. I want to also check the leaderboard here, Pip Labs leaderboard. Let's see if someone has surpassed. Let's see who's first place on Pip Labs leaderboard. Joel still taking number 1. Antonio moved to second place now. Antonio is farming, huh? He just wants to be on his own software. Anyways, if you guys want to try some backtesting, make sure to check out this website. This is our backtesting software, version number 5. Try it for free. No hidden cost. The free version is just a nice little demo version for you guys. So go ahead and try it. Joel is going mad, bro. 10k to 500k just to be on the leaderboard. That's leaderboard manipulation. day it gets me, man. Every day it gets me, man. I don't know the psychology behind this, but one day I'll find out. This question. Brother, gold butt or sell? I'll tell you one thing. I'm not interested in your butt. I'll just be honest with that. So you'll have to answer that question yourself. Goids, yeah, we had Goids. We had BYE or SAL. BY or SL. Like the amount of different iterations we've had as this question is absolutely crazy. Yep, we've had it like that. Buy gold. We had someone begging their girlfriend. Yes. We had someone trying to hook me up with their sister. Yep, we've had it like that. That was the original one, actually. Someone wrote it like that. BYE or SAIL. Or SALE, sale. Or SAL, sal. Where was the guy that asked for $10 gas money one time? Bro, you'd be surprised. In my DMs, there's so many people who beg. Sir, I lost so much money recently in the market. My $1,000 is gone. Please, would you be kind enough to send me money? And unfortunately, I need to help people who are in more difficult scenarios, not people who fuck themselves up. You know? So if I'm going to help someone, I normally help someone who is, you know, really in difficult scenarios. And that I can physically see. I hate helping people online. Why? Because online is just, you cannot trust, right? But when I physically get to see people, speak to them. Pip Labs is way better than Tradingview because tick by tick, if you're starting out backtesting journey, I'd for sure recommend. Only had something like that. Only if I had something like that when I started. No, I appreciate the nice comments, man. Pip Labs in danger. I'm outside the Pip Labs. Send $10 so I can save Pip Labs. You guys should enjoy Pip Labs. Make use of it. Please practice passing your prop firm challenges. Remember, prop firms are against you guys. They're trying to make you fail. So have a competitive edge. Make sure you can pass them. Practice on the sim. Prove to yourself. If you can't pass it on a sim, I'm going to spoil it to you. You're not going to be able to pass in real life. That's quite a big difference in candle, huh? This closed bullish. This looks pretty clear bearish. 30-minute bearish here. I don't like the 15 close, is not very convincing. We are right next to retesting this 5. We have no 5-minute structure. Honestly, maybe breakout would be better from this perspective, or a 15-minute close somewhere higher. Looks very dodgy to me. Stop are we working with? 56 for 25. Yeah, not really the type of ideal scenario I want to be involved in. DAX is doing what? DAX is a mess today a little bit, eh boys? Look at this. Last day of month. Makes sense. Makes sense. Can we send charts in here for feedback? Of course, bro. That's the point of you being here. Of course, of course. Let's see your charts. Is this enough range for entry? Yeah, this is if we're full bullish bias, right? Full bullish bias, we're trending nicely. This is nice because we closed above, faked out, came back. So exactly what you said here is correct. What zone? It's enough to see what happens, but it will be a boring trade, right? You could take it, rejects, you get out, so too bad. But when it does this, it's perfect. Too close would be like here. Even here is getting pretty close, but here, it's not that bad. It's enough to see what happens. But you just need to be able to identify that, right? Make sure you're concentrating on that point. Buying right at 30? Well, if there's a 30-minute resistance there, not valid. But previous, it's crossed through twice. This 1 hour has been crossed through twice now, so he can buy there. But if there's a resistance he didn't mark, I need to trust your markups if you send feedback. So double check your markups always. That is your job, right? I'm not going to check your markups unless you tell me, can you check my markup? You have to double check, then send feedback. DAX is a mess for the month. Looked at the daily and closed the chart. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Morning from here, please. What's happening? We're looking at what gold wants to do here. Gold is trying to break out. 11 minutes for this candle close. 5 minutes making its way back to the top of the range. Looks like a push is coming. Yeah, just for it to fail, we need to be careful. Look at that 1 minute. That is very sketchy. I'm not taking a buy just yet. Gold needs to close above 870 for buys, right? I prefer a 15 close above. I don't trust this close above. If you want to risk it for the biscuit, you can. But I'm not going to risk it for the biscuit on this one. After yesterday, remember we put 360 pips. For me, this is too much. End of month, I can't do this. But technically, it's a valid shot. But with 1 minute looking straight bullish like that, I just feel like I'm going to get clapped, you know? Yeah. Way too risky for me. My students are buying gold now, 35 lots. Shit, man, shit. Trying to master pullbacks? Yeah, but your idea is right. Just need to make sure you do all the fundamental parts, right? Markup is correct, otherwise it will, you know. Why don't you stream on 4K so I can reduce delay? If you guys want already more than 3-second delay, let me know. I can make your delay 10 seconds and you'll get 4K. Not you guys. You guys on Zoom get 0 delay. But you guys suffer because you have to watch in 30 FPS. But 0 delay is better than 30 is better than having higher quality and more delay. YouTube is already on like 4-second, 3-second delay. 3-second, I think. Do you see people come in after this present time? What does that mean? What does that mean? Alright, so 5 minute closed above here, triggering the first candle closing above the 70 level. There's no bottom wick here. On broker, there is no bottom wick as well. For me, it's not, this is technically closed above. Breakout traders would be happy if it reflips, but for me, this is too risky. 300 pip push in Asian, no 1 minute structure, 1 minute resistance right here, only a 5 minute candle close, straight push from the bottom of the range. I feel like I might get trapped here. So instead of being trapped, I will just wait and see what happens here. If 5 minute structure can create and we can close above, I would be more interested. But this is not for me. This is too risky for me, especially end of month. I feel like this is being way too aggressive. Sometimes those trades can work out being very aggressive, but this one is pushing the boundary too far. If I did this, I would feel like, and I won, I'd feel like that's a bit of luck. If I lost in a position like this, you know, if I lost in a position like this, I'd actually feel very upset with this type of position to lose. Make sure to drop a like. Yeah, I appreciate that. Cheers, Ents. If you're enjoying the stream, enjoying the value conversations, leave a like on the stream. Seven minutes. Let's see if 7 minutes we can create some structure. Or next candle pulls back, I buy on the pullback. Would you take setup 3 on what time frame though? Is it possible to take a trade on higher time frame breakout and put the SL on the structure created on lower time frame? No, because higher time frame breakout doesn't have to respect lower time frame. If you're taking a 4-hour breakout, right, and you put stop loss below like 15-minute structure, it can still pull back to retest 1-hour levels, 30-minute levels. You'll be stopped out. Your idea still plays out. You know? Crazy how much Asian Stetson pumped today. Asian was super easy. So let me just go to the toilet while we're waiting for this to close above. I'll be back, guys. Just give me a sec. There you go. That's the podcast. Someone was asking about the podcast. And I was also saying, someone said needed to piss at 5 a.m. It would be better to piss at 5 a.m. That's the time you needed to piss today. How did you tackle loneliness in figuring out period in the first 1 to 2 years? Just get used to it, man. You get used to it. You should be so busy that you don't care about being lonely. It's quiet at the top though. It's not at the nowhere near to the top, but you know, it is a true saying. Exclusive group, honestly, yeah, man. That's the best way, is try to make friends. Like even now, you know. Even now, that's like my that's my thing. You want to make friends that you can enjoy experiences with. A lot of people are snakes though. You need to be careful. Brother, I lost too much money. Brother, I don't know how to execute plans. Yeah, because you're gambling. You need to follow a structure. Start on my YouTube channel, man. Start on my YouTube channel. When and after time you had the moment of, oh shit, this whole trading thing works. Unfortunately, it wasn't. It wasn't a light switch. That's the sad thing. I wish it was a light switch that boop, next day you're like, shit, this trading thing works. The fact is, when I made my first $1,000 in one trade, that was my most memorable experience in trading. Making $1,000 in one trade. You sit back and you're like, that is sick, man. I just made that in 5 minutes. $1,000 in 5 minutes. If I did that 4 other times this month, I'm up a decent salary. That's cool. And then it passes your head because then you're like, what's next? You know? That's the problem. You're always like, okay, what's next? So they're very short-lived moments, and you find the majority of the time, right? You find the majority of the time it's a accumulation of multiple things that lead to an outcome, not the outcome itself. It's not a switch that suddenly it makes sense. Like every month you're nervous, right? Every month, like month 1 you're profitable. Okay, good. Month 2 you're profitable. Month 3 you're like, oh, this is working. Month 4 you lose heavy. You're like, oh, I'm back to my old habits. So it's always this scary roller coaster. But you can't let your mind be like, no, you're not back to your old habits. You just made a mistake. Fix it, move on. Don't forget about the 2 months you just had profitable. Right? Don't forget about that. That was good work. Okay, so we have this 15-minute candle potentially closing above here. I wonder if this is going to be our breakout trade for today. We could run a tight stop loss and be aggressive, meaning if we see no continuation, we get out. Because this 1 minute structure here is very risky. Very risky for pullbacks. Very risky for pullbacks. So what we need to see, next candle make bottom wick, enter break of high. Once we enter break of high, we can manage aggressively. So we can run a tight stop loss. 30 pips. 85 should give us 1-to-1. Or we just don't close above like this and it's game over anyways. So let's see. Can I make a highlight reel and post it? Do you copyright me? I do not copyright anyone for using my content and posting it. It's the opposite. If you post content of me and it starts to go viral, send me proof, contact me, and you'll get paid. That's how it works. So I'm the opposite. So if you actually start to post content of me and it starts to go viral, contact me and I'll pay you money for that content because you are helping me by putting my brand out. I will not copyright you. So if you make money from posting my content, that's your money to keep. Close that. Yeah, it did, of course. We can see it here. Well, I'm just going to double check on broker. Yeah, broker looks completely different. Broker is 100% below. Yeah, 100%. I guess we're waiting for the open candle. Not the worst because the open brings us a second jolt of volume. So looks like we can get the second push of volume maybe. What if we post shorts? Yep, no problem. If your shorts start to go viral, contact me. I will pay you. What if he gets more viral than you? Then I pay him more money, right? I pay him more money. How viral does it need to be? So I prefer people who are going to be consistent. So if you're generating like, you know, consistently 5,000 views per video, I start to pay. Right? And depending on your effort you put in, I decide what the market rate is and decide to pay. But as a minimum 1.5 $5 per 1,000 views if the views are low. If your video gets like 300,000 views, there's a maximum limit I'll pay you. But you know, the thing is, a lot of people will fake views. It's super easy to do these days. So if you're actually someone serious, I scan it through a system. I have a system, you know. I used to pay people to do this, man. People took people made about $600-700 from me. We used to have a whole thing going up for it. I used to have a whole budget. Now I just pay people directly. So if you want to make an extra income, look, we used to have this. Let's see. See if it's still up. Here we go. You see? We used to have it. We used to have it. But now I do it privately because you get paid more and we get less people, right? More focused people. More focused people. So if you're interested to make extra income like that, you can. It's easy. Even Pip Labs, guys. If you're referring people to Pip Labs, you can get paid. I know a lot of people who make great money by just referring. Even if your friends are coming to Pip Labs, I can show you multiple cases of people making money just from referring. Same thing with Tradesharpe exclusive. I pay people who refer. It's only fair, right? Look, waiting for the close was the right thing. You want to see something cool with Pip Labs? Here's a few of our sellers. One guy, he had his own Discord community. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to use the Discord community. These are stats. This guy makes $96 just from sending a link. This guy, $500 he made. $500. $18 for referring 3 people only. Right? This guy gets paid $10 a month for referring 2 people only. $10 a month. Every month he gets repaid for doing nothing. If he refers double this, 4 people, he'll make $20 a month. And this is before our prices went a little bit more up. So you can make easy money. All you have to do is just share it with someone who will find it valuable, because you're helping everyone. We're not greedy, right? Same thing with exclusive group. Right? Same thing with exclusive group. All you do is you go to the website, you click right on join now. You'll see the join now button. And then you scroll to the bottom of the page and you'll see affiliate. Same on Pip Labs. On Pip Labs, to become an affiliate, very easy. You search Pip Labs WAP. Just literally go to Google and type Pip Labs WAP, and then you'll see the WAP here of Pip Labs. I'm probably logged in. Yeah. Then you go all the way down to the bottom of the screen. 20% reward, guys. 20% reward. Then you just press become an affiliate. It's as simple as that. It will make a link for you and you're done. Right? So it's super easy, guys. We make it very easy for you to do that. Extra income. If you're part of Discord groups, share the link. How much to join exclusive? $1.8 per day. $55 a month. You get everything. Read everything here on the website. Live Live London trading. We have live NY trading as well. Weekly webinars. You get a full course as well. Full course. So you don't need to pay extra money for a course. It's included. All right, so let's see what DAX is doing here before the open. Ooh, some wick fill sells potential here if we can close. We will see how it forms. Whose birthday is it? Damn, happy birthday, Joy. Enjoy your day, bro. Enjoy your day. That's insane. I lost more than that in a trade. That's why I'm telling people. That's why I'm telling people. Because people don't realize, like, you have to take opportunity. You can save a lot of money by doing that. Won't last this long for this cheap. I have not watched or joined your stream in over 2 months, but I'm here to say thank you, Harry. I appreciate that, man. What did you say? Photon trading, Donvo candle, and Tradesharpe by far 60% of the knowledge I accumulated due to his simplistic trading style. I'm now 100k funded and made my first 5% month in 2.5 years. Well done, bro. Let's keep that going, right? Stay disciplined. Next month, don't try push to beat that 5%. If you hit 2%, take it, man. 100k and 2% is $2k dollars, bro. Pay yourself. Pace it. You have time. You're not in a rush. You don't need that 10k payout right now. It adds up. Really, do the math. 5% is a 5k payout. Let's say 4k with all this commission. If you make 2% next month, that's another 2k. It's another 2k. And then let's say you make a 1% payout. End of year, you finish your end of year with a 3% payout. That's over $10,000 you've made from prop firms. Just like that. $10,000. So don't rush the process trying to aim for that 10% month so you can make it in one payout. You don't need that. It adds over time. It really adds up over time. That's what I found. When I started withdrawing consistently only $1,000 from the market. 1,000, 2,000, something like that. Within a couple of months, I realized, oh, I'm at 10k withdrawing from the market. Shit, bro, this is sick. I started treating myself. Now trading income is fun, man. Really. At the end of this month, I want to buy myself something and I'm letting trading pay for it, and it's super fun. It's such a good feeling to print from the market. I promise. It's the best feeling to print from the market and buy. You can think about it like nothing, because $1,000 in real life, this thing costs $1,500. That $1,500 in the market is basically 1.5 trades. It's not much for me. But in real life, it can buy sick things that normally would be with a normal job that is like, damn, this is like pretty expensive for me. But right now, I don't even have to care. That is just additional income. It's like sick, bro. I can just go buy that for 1.5k and not sweat. You know? Then you're like super motivated to push to 2k, 3k. Like once I'm pushing my risk to 3k, 4k, man, you can have so much fun, man. Just print 4k in a day, pop, 4k done. And it's only a matter of changing the number. Because the hard thing is you have to risk 4k, man. Don't make it seem like it's sunshine and rainbows. Right? Sunshine and rainbows is not the reality here. Because if you lose, you're losing 4k. So it's easier said than done. But you can do so much with just withdrawing. I remember when I first started, I was withdrawing 100 to 200 bucks a month. I promise it made a difference. I promise. I wanted to go out with friends. I wanted to go do this. I had no pressure. 200 bucks is more than enough to go out with friends. I was paying for dinners and stuff like that because I made 200 bucks. I could dispose that income. I was making money from crypto. That was my savings. 200 bucks is great disposable income. How many people right now would appreciate an extra $100 a month? I know it doesn't seem like much. But trust me, it can somewhat help. I know it's not much, but it can somewhat help. Sells are finished, man. There were some good sells in Asian session, but sells here on GJ are coming towards the bottom of the range here.
Harry, I got a question.
Yeah, man.
Like right now, the gold, what's doing? For example, if this candle right now does not close back in the range, it's not really a valid setup too. On the 5, I'm looking at it, by the way. It's not really a valid setup too, but do you think it still would make sense?
No, not on a 5 minute, no. $200 is average salary for an engineer. Bro, $200 in the market is really not difficult, I promise, man. Especially funded. Funded is easy, man. Funded is easy. $200. If you just need $200 from the market, do way less than expected. You don't have to do anything. And that's my point. Like, if you just, like, that $200 could be better than what you're doing now, which is just losing money, right? And you can easily make $200, especially if one funded account, you easily make $200. I spent $200 past my 50K account, and I'm already up $700, man. 246, almost $800, right? And that's in 1 week. I'm overall up $1,000 plus on that account. And that's only 150K. I paid $50 for that account, right? These are the stats for that account. 700, almost 800 bucks. 2468. 2468. That's 4 months worth of $200 salaries. I promise. With the skill, it's easy. Did you hear about Top Step denying payouts? I haven't heard, and they won't deny like a 1% payout, 2% payout. They won't deny that. You know? That's my point. Return on my investment, massive now. I invested $200, including activation fee, and I'm already up 5x on my investment. Come on. So if you think about it logically, my return on investment is great. This is a goated picture, man. This is a goated picture. This is a goated picture, bro. This is a goated picture. Can you see their hands, guys? Their hands look like he has a glove on. Look at their hands. Looks like he has a glove on. Beasts. How is the interaction? They're just very serious people. Very serious people. You know, with no emotion, man, you know? I would like to see you in some UFC action. I would have done UFC, but I have career-ending injury, man. When I broke my arm, you see the surgery here. I have surgery here, surgery here. That's an injury that you can't really... You can't, because I can't wrestle one lock. It's gonna either re-snap my bone or hurt too much. So do you think gym can help you with trading? 100%, 100%. No doubt, actually, no doubt. No doubt. You can't at least do not even jiu-jitsu, bro, unfortunately, because when they put me in locks like this and they start to press the arm, super painful. And if I keep the plates in, it will be strong enough, but the problem is that when you take them out, it will break because the holes never heal. Titanium? No, I have steel plates. Gonna watch UFC 320 this week. Let's see what time it is. Harry, who's your favorite UFC champion? I have multiple, depends on the weight class, stuff like this. I mean, you know, classic Khabib, but you know, John Jones, I believe, is one of the best fighters. You know, I think John Jones is extremely impressive and is a very good fighter. The Dagestanis are definitely a new wave, you know. The Dagestanis are a new wave of fighters. So I support them. I do support them. You know. You think Conor is overrated? Look, I'm actually partly Irish and I do think he's overrated. He talks a bit too much, man. A bit too much. I have a 2,000 in my live account and I'm risking anywhere between 2 to 3% per trade. Is that too much? It's up to you what your risk is. But my question to you, what is your trading being like? Are you making money? If you're not, you need to make changes, right? Because if you have 2,000 pounds in your account, won't help you. Where are you investing your time? Maybe investing money to actually get better at the skill, right? Are you journaling? Are you educating yourself? Are you asking for feedback? Are you back testing? All of these things matter, believe me. As much as I have those products, yes, that's the reason I have those products, because it's what helped me. You can go view my old videos here from 2 years ago, and you'll see majority of my videos to educate people were what? Backtesting. Backtesting my price action. Go back even further, backtesting, backtesting, backtesting. Go back here, backtesting, go back here, back. Look how many backtesting videos, not on my software. This is 3 years ago. 3 years ago, backtesting my price action strategy. So yeah, now people sounds like I'm promoting my services, right? I'm promoting Pip Labs. But the fact is that that's all I did. That's what got me. So I'm only recommending to you guys what worked for me. And it honestly worked for me. That's why I ended up making a better backtesting software, because it's really what helps you a lot. All the education on YouTube is saturated. Yeah, that's why if you're gonna pay for something, pay for feedback. Feedback gets you way further than information, because you can absorb as much information as you want, but the application is what matters. Need to break the ears to get cauliflower ears? Yeah, that's from wrestling. You need to really mash them up. Keep hitting, bing, 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 bing. I'm doing those things on that path. I'm making profit, but I'm alone having a bad day and a lot on that day. And I lose a lot on that day because I risk bigger. Yeah, but what are you doing? What are you doing to hold yourself accountable? Do you have a community around you that you have to report to and hold yourself accountable? A group of friends? Because your results are not going to change until you make the change, right? You need people around you to tell you to stop that, or that you have to report to. Like me, ultimately I have a reputation to hold, my trading reputation online. So that's who I hold myself accountable, is to myself essentially, but it's my online reputation. If I start doing random shit, losing every day because I'm trying to make money quick, I'm gonna look bad, I'm gonna make less money, I'm gonna lose money, and it's gonna suck, right? Gonna ruin my brand, everything. So I have to hold myself accountable. Can you beat me in a fight? Depends. After you made your first 1K, how did you control your own expectations? It didn't change much. I was just hungry to make more. So I just focused on what I did to get me there. And I said, if I can do that again, I'll have the same result. So let me focus on that. Is there a shot on DAX? It's difficult, man, because we have no structure, you know? And if it pushes like this, obviously it's not going to be possible, man. We have very random price action today. Look at how choppy this 1 minute is. So DAX is actually pretty messy, man. Pretty messy. Super choppy range and then just random pushes to end the day. Super hard to trade that. What needs to happen to consider sell on gold? I'll probably be selling gold by New York session if sells were to happen. Otherwise, this pullback is opportunity. Remember, I talked about London could just be a pullback. So for me, if you know this starts to create changes of structure, I'll start to take buys. You know, that's where I start to take buys. Any mental tip to scale to about 1K per trade? Just time, man. Make more money. Like, that's what I found helped me. The more money I had as a person, the richer I was, the easier it is to risk more. Because I'm not worried about giving back. You know, I put pressure on myself because I invested money into property and I have to pay for that property. So if I just go and have a really random shitty month, it's going to put a lot of pressure on me that, you know. So I have to just maintain consistency. Consistency for me is going to guarantee results. But if I just go do something random and lose a shit ton of money, I'm going to be super pressured. And I like that pressure because it holds me responsible. If I didn't care, like if I was reckless, everything was paid for me, all the money I made was pure profit, I didn't have anyone to report, I didn't have to pay money for things, and I could just do what the fuck, I probably would lose a shit ton of money because I would just be reckless with my income. You know? You're not renting that property? No, it's being built. Bought it off plan. Imagine if you didn't get property and just increase risk on your account. Yeah, that's the point, right? I would not be accountable. I would just do random stuff. Because I wouldn't care, right? If I was making money, I had 6 figures to blow from crypto, right? I'm like, fuck it, man. Let me risk 5, 6, 7K. And then I end up losing that. And then I have nothing. I have no property. I have no confidence. I have an internet that hates me because I'm a random trader and a losing trader. You're done, right? You just have to rebuild yourself from the beginning, which is fine. But that's actually a longer route than doing things slowly. Like if I do things slowly and move correctly, right? Don't move fast, move correctly. Man, can this bloody thing move? Oh my days, bro. I'm trying to change time frame. And this, okay. Do you trade NY on daily basis in your exclusive? Yes. There's NY trading. We have a NY live trading floor. Every Wednesdays I'm in the trading floor. Every day I'm in the live chat. Everything. Plans are sent. Updates are sent. I'm active during NY because it's something I trade myself. Questions that want to be asked, I'm ready to answer. Unless I'm in the middle of a set, then you won't get your question answered. There's 2 times in NY when I miss trades. One is when I'm lost concentration for some reason. Someone in the gym has just talking to me and we're deep in conversation, and then I miss it. And 2 is when I'm driving, because I feel like it's a bit too risky to trade and drive. You need full concentration. So if I'm about to drive and I take a position, I just accept full stop loss. You know, I accept full stop loss. Or I try look at it at the traffic light or something. That is fine. Yesterday, late NY gold broke all-time high multiple times. Yeah, and then it pulled back and then it finally went late. How can I be an advanced trader like you? Experience and getting, shorten your experience curve by listening things from people who are better than you. You're not going to be better if you surround yourself with people who are not on the same path, right? So you just need to make sure you're in an environment that promotes you getting better. Webinars on Sundays are always early in the day. Yeah, same time as these lives, we do the webinar. 11 o'clock. They're recorded anyways, though. And any questions you have, just leave them. Or ask them now. Just tell them to join the exclusive. Don't be shy. Most don't want to take that leap. They don't think it's valuable enough because of how much free value I give on YouTube, but they don't realize it's a whole different world. Yeah, price action is a bit cooked today, man. Very difficult. I wonder if this 5 minute with this 1 minute structure is the last push, but I feel like it's super deep move, you know? Feels FOMO, man, selling the lows right here just for a quick push. But it is valid, you know? That would be the only way to get in right now. 3 wicks next to each other. There's a 4 hour. You have room, man. It's enough. It's enough. Your TP is 10 points, bro. Stop loss here is only like, I think, max 11 with spreads and stuff. But it's too deep. It's too deep. Yeah, 11. It's too deep. It can go, but I'm not FOMOing last day of the month, just trying to give a signal online, you know? Just take a trade for the sake of trade. Like, look at this, man. If I win this, does this look good? Me taking a sell right here? Like, come on. Stupid trade. Even if I win it, it's not good. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Trade for NY. Pretty tough, man. Pretty tough. After Asian push on gold, we spoke about that. Nothing we can do until now. We retest, get a change of structure. I'll look for buys again, okay? It's just gonna come a later move. Unfortunately, it will be off stream, but today, hopefully, we will cook in the exclusive group and get some nice trades. On DAX here, need pullbacks to continue down, if anything. Selling right now like this is gonna be silly. Which I'm glad I didn't do anything. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, first day of the month. Let's kill October. Let's see if we can get a nice trade to end the month here. And then let's have a good October. So appreciate you all. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Leave a like before you leave. Much love. Take care. Trade sharp. And hopefully catch you guys very soon. All right. Peace.